Hi, this is Frank Todaro, and you're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
I know what you mean, Ferb. It does seem like more than 104 days.
Hello and welcome to episode 87 of Palca, brought to you by the Geekcast Radio Network. I am one of your hosts, TFG1Mike. Joining me, as always, is PecanCoreMichael. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's not. Today is the 87th day of summer, and it is the day that the GCRN gets back to our Phineas and Ferb review podcast for 2021. As of this recording, we have 17 days left of the podcast. And tonight, we are talking about one full cartoon episode of Phineas and Ferb, which includes Der Kinderlumper and Just Desserts.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's it! Der Kinderlumper!
So, what do you think?
So, starting things off with Der Kinderlumper, the boys create rutabaga-themed vehicles when Candace is chosen to be the rutabaga princess and gets to start the running of the chinchillas. Across town, Doofenshmirtz plans to turn himself into a real live Kinderlumper to scare Roger into relinquishing control of the tri-state area over to him. This episode was so silly.
It was very silly.
Oh, it was so silly.
You know, it's funny that just a couple episodes ago we were doing Christmas and New Year's Eve, right? And now it's like Krampus in July.
Yep.
It's kind of strange. I mean, I get it, but it's still kind of strange. But I really like the Krampus mythos. I mean, the evil flip side to Santa who finds bad children and spanks them. It's like they don't get coal. They get a troll with a stick who beats them relentlessly. And what bad little kid does not deserve to be beaten relentlessly with a stick?
Yeah, that's not...
My kids are good. I got good kids because I beat them with sticks.
I'm sure you did.
It's not even Christmas. Come on. Krampus, really?
I don't get into all that horror stuff. What I do like about it, though, is that Doof was told one story and Roger was told another story.
The happy, sunshiny story.
Yeah.
I think I know this guy. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's only the Kinderlumper. Come to join our celebration. Now it's a party. I believe the more appropriate response would be to flee in terror. But Kinderlumper, why would I ever run away from you? Don't you remember the Kinderlumper song?
Remember? Of course I remember. Mother used to sing me the song every night.
The Kinderlumper's always going to love you and bring you lots of presents while you sleep. No, wait, those are not the words.
That's how she sang it to me. And I still have some of the gifts you brought me. Look, almond brittle.
No, but you don't even like almond brittle.
I know. That's why I never ate it.
No!
Funny, I never thought of the Kinderlumper as such a crybaby.
But good Krampuses.
Uh-huh.
They give you presents. Should have seen that coming, honestly.
You should have.
So they have this chinchilla fun race. It's like chinchillas run from one town to another once a year for the last 100 years.
Yeah.
The 100th annual chinchilla running of the chinchillas. Chinchilla fun run. It's weird, but they're really cute. You know, it's like a foot race for baby Yodas.
Yeah, it is, and it's silly.
It's very silly. It's kind of like, you know, the running of the bulls, except they're tiny and cute. Until they get stomped on.
Until they get stomped. Like, I was expecting the chinchillas to turn into large potato gremlins.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah. But they turn into large chinchillas, I guess.
Yeah.
They kind of look like womp rats.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah. Funny
You
story.
can
I used to bullseye womp rats back home in my T16.
Yeah. You sure you don't need to go to Tashi Station for some power converters?
That was my next stop.
Uh-huh.
But they have to run all the way across town with these baby Yodas underfoot. It's like running a 5K with rodents.
Yeah. And Grogu is much cooler than these chinchillas.
Oh, much more adorable.
Yeah.
Disney does adorable very well, though. If you need something adorable made, Disney's your guy.
Mm-hmm. Grogu and Isabella. That's about it.
Way off the cute meter. We had to calibrate the cutometer,
Mm-hmm.
the cutometer, in order to adjust for your cuteness.
Mm-hmm.
You got these great big eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one it's silly. It's interesting. It's weird. And I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. The last two that we watched in episode 86, man, they just kind of like drug me down.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm like down, down, down. Like, I don't know, but it's just weird.
It's uplifting. It has a nice feel to it.
Yes, it does. Somewhat. If only that god-awful train would shut up.
It's his first train to Bustville.
Mm-hmm. It's the last train to Bustville is what it really is.
The first and the last.
Uh-huh.
The first of many. I'm sure there's going to be a lot this summer.
Oh, God, I hope not. I hope whatever heat we're going to be having here soon in Washington State is the last heat we have of the... Ugh.
Is it hot there now?
Oh, yeah.
It was like 55 here in Chicago right now. It just cooled off really bad.
No, cooled off really good, you mean. It's 62 here right now?
I've been in the pool all week. I mean, it's really nice.
I'd love to be in the pool all week. I would absolutely love to be in the pool all week. Ooh, speaking of weather, there's a nice breeze coming through my window. Yeah, it's currently 56, but it's supposed to hit 80 and 81 on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no.
That's pool weather.
No. See, I guess I'm spoiled, folks, because I prefer heated pools and cold temperatures. So, I'll go in a jacuzzi in the middle of winter. I don't care.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, I love that.
That's great. But anyway, back to Der Kinderlumper.
Kinderlumper.
I almost feel like I need to give this a 3.5 because of the low grades I gave last time.
I was going to give this one a 4 for Baby Yoda Stampedes.
I just can't call it Baby Yoda. It's Grogu. He has a name.
Baby Yoda. Also, chinchillas can fly.
Apparently, you give a chinchilla Red Bull, it gets wings.
It gets wings. That's right. They fly away in the helicopter. It's like WKRP. As God is my witness, I thought chinchillas could fly.
Apparently, yeah.
The turkey episode. No? Nothing?
Oh, yeah. I thought chinchillas can fly. No.
I gotta explain the joke. It's not that good.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Like I said last week, I'm a horrible, horrible person. I get it.
Oh my God, you figured it out soon enough. But yeah, no, I like this one. I gave it a 4. I liked, Doof actually transforming himself into a Krampus and taking Perry along with him.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny. I liked it.
And just how fucked up are the Doofenshmirtz parents, though? Like, they told Roger the good story. They told Doof the scary story. And I'm like, really?
It's kind of par for the course, right? It's kind of this. Mm-hmm. It's what happens to him in every situation. And it's not even just a scary story. It's like, if you breathe, you will die. It's like, if your heart is beating, there's a good chance Krampus will beat you with a stick. Like, oh, geez, well, you can't really get out of that then. You're by the very fact of living, you're a target for this, Yeti-like thing in Lederhosen.
Really? You went to the Lederhosen?
They all wear Lederhosen there. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways. Moving
Yes.
right along.
Overall, a very
Talk
interesting.
about dessert. I mean, this was an awesome episode.
Yeah, let's talk about just desserts.
I know you're into martial arts, but I prefer the confectionery arts myself. Gingerbread house trap. Hey, it looks a lot bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside. Here, have some cozy gumdrop slippers. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. I think I know why I'm having a hard time taking over the tri-state area. It's because of dinner parties. That's right. Follow me. It goes somewhere. You see, my brother Roger is a success because of his amazing dinner parties where he dazzles important guests with his magnetic charm. But what if he were unable to charm anyone because his fabulous dinner parties were over before they began? That's why I created this. The Bring Out the Dessertinator! You see, everyone knows that once a dessert comes out, the party's over. That's what's called a social cue. This rocket will go into a Roger-centric orbit around his house. At the wrong moment, it will shoot a blast which will make Roger bring out the dessert, ending his dinner party before it can begin. He'll lose his charming edge and people will lose interest in him. Bing, bang, boom, they'll stop voting for him, and that's when I'll slink in and take off. You know, I know I'm grasping at straws here, and I'll probably end up grasping at bendy straws and fall on my face, requiring months of rehab to learn how to monologue all over again. And then it's off to empowerment camp, where I'll have to fall backwards and hope that someone who wants dessert.
Candace volunteers to help Isabella record her audiobook so the boys can continue building their giant recyclable rock climbing project as planned and get busted by Mom. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz creates a Bring Out the Dessertinator, which gets people to interrupt what they're doing and bring out the dessert. This was the one. Like, if you're going to have a really good Doofenshmirtz talking fast, whether Dan is actually talking fast or if they're just speeding his voice up, I would like to assume that Dan Povenmire is actually talking fast as Doofenshmirtz. You know, having them speed him up kind of thing. Because...
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Perry the Platypus. I'm getting such a sugar rush. How about you? Can you do this, Perry the Platypus? Can you jump really fast up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down? Yeah, that's it, Perry the Platypus. Doesn't it feel good? Let's be jumping buddies. Let's just eat dessert and jump up and down and up and down and up and down all day. It'll be our thing. Just remember, I invented it because I'm the inventor. Jump, 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 jump. Oh, sugar crash.
That was hilarious. Like, that was the best part about this episode. That's probably the only, I mean, as good as this episode is, that's probably the one reason why I'm giving the episode a 5.
Let's just jump up and down and jump up and down and jump up and down. This is our thing now.
Yep.
That's funny. Irving actually serves a purpose this time. He has a job. He does a thing. He's now audio editor.
So let me get this straight. You'll do all the work while I spend the day with Phineas? Deal. But do you know anyone that can work a state-of-the-art soundboard? Someone who can edit huge digital files? Someone who can understand basic miking techniques?
What is it, Irving?
Okay, I'll do it. But only if Isabella says, where's Perry?
No deal.
You drive a hard bargain. I'm in.
It's okay. I was about to ask that anyway.
Oh, so basically what you're saying is I'm Irving and I'm the worst person in the world.
You have a purpose. Master has given Dobby a sock.
God.
I like Sweevel. It's sweet, but it's evil. Sweevel.
That's something Doofenshmirtz probably would have come up with.
He did. It was in the episode.
Right. Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet Jeebus.
Sweevel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Master has given Dobby a Sweevel.
Lord.
Candace is doing pretty well with her narration. See, she's kind of like the exact opposite of Doof, where Doof sounds like he's getting faster and faster and more hyper. Candace is just getting slower and slower and more tired.
Yeah. Well, because, it's an audiobook.
And she's got to read 27 chapters in one go. She completely loses her voice at the end. Oh, that was funny. I wasn't a fan of the rock wall.
Yeah, it was kind of lame.
It's a rock wall made of yard clippings, and I'm like, this is a really tall rock wall. The rock wall goes into space, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering how much yard clippings have they harvested? I mean, did they like bare the rainforest? It's like the entirety of the South American continent has been raised and wood chipped down into little bits of plant so that we can smash it together and compress it into this giant tower that reaches into space.
Yeah, not good.
It doesn't make much sense.
I mean, it made sense when they did the giant tower to space because you had the terracotta floor and the 40-piece orchestra stage and it just kept going. This is a rock wall.
It's a rock that you have to climb all the way up. You think your forearms would be like massive Schwarzenegger forearms by the time if you've ever climbed up a rock wall, your forearms are taking the majority of it because you're hanging from your meat hooks there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy, and they have to do it all the way up. And then when they get there, they get up to the top, and you see that there's actually like harness ropes coming off the top, right? And the harness ropes have been attached to them since they've been on the ground. So you got to think, if they're maybe, a mile up, that's 5,000 feet of rope.
Yeah.
For each one.
That's a lot of rope.
It's a lot of rope. Just seems like the compacted yard clipping tower here might not be the most interesting thing about this. It might be the 5 miles of rope that they somehow strung up through the top of this thing. Oh, and there's rocks. A lot of rocks because they have to climb on the rocks. You can't make yard clipping handholds. They have to be rock handholds.
Yep. You know how we've talked about before where one part of the episode is more exciting than the other?
What's the other exciting part then?
There aren't. Well, what I'm saying is either the Doof plot has something that just is meh, or the Phineas plot will have something that's just meh.
Yeah.
The Doof plot was better than the Phineas plot this episode. It's just a rock climbing wall. And
it wasn't all that great. It didn't.
I mean, Candace losing her voice over 18 hours of Fireside Girl manual is more exciting than watching them build a rock climbing wall out of leaves.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous wall. I honestly thought they were going to run into a giant with a golden goose egg.
That would have been better.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen.
Like I said, that would have been better. Some tea with honey would help that throat, and there's crumpets in the conservatory as well. He's so British. Yeah.
So British. I liked the this was weird. The song wasn't all that great, but I liked the line that said they were social climbing with debutantes.
Yeah.
And then they had these girls in dresses because they're debutantes. And when they first showed it, they didn't show the girl's face. And I was like, oh, Django's back. Where did he come from? But no, Django in a dress.
Okay then.
Well, it wasn't Django. It's debutantes.
Okay. You do you, Django. I guess.
Wait a minute. Is it time for dessert already?
Yes, it is.
That's what's called the social cue.
Uh-huh. I get it.
That means you gotta stop. But the dessert sounded fantastic.
Yes.
Tiramisu and pumpkin something with the cake and the pie together at the same time.
Yup.
Totally went. Pound cake. Love a good pound cake.
That's what she said.
That's what she I love my famous pound cake. Oh, there's some Sammy Hagar for you.
I prefer David Lee Roth.
He's the best. David Lee. Diamond Dave. He is awesome. Far better than Van Hagar. And then the last line here was, the desserts are fantastic and they make excellent weapons. Because they're fighting with the desserts. It was a very tasty fight. And in the end, Candace saves the day.
Yeah, she kind of does.
She kind of does.
That's kind of crazy that she does, but she does. I mean, you know, she finished like 20 hours of Fireside Girls rules. So, you know, there is that. But, but yeah, I mean, we have Hansel and Gretel, Doctor Who, $6 Million Man, and Beavis and Butthead as illusions in this episode. Beavis and Butthead, after eating the pound cake, Doofenshmirtz starts to giggle the same way Beavis does.
Really, they're stretching.
He does.
You got to stretch for that one. Whoa, it's way over there. Oh, this is funny. Alien. Buford screams and says, "I heard that."
Yeah.
Because in space, no one can hear you scream.
Yep.
Lame. I did notice a Doctor Who reference though.
Yeah, bigger on the inside.
House trap. Yeah, it's bigger on the inside. And I was like,
They worked that one. That was good. I thought that was good. And I'm not even a Doctor Who fan. It's not that I don't like. I have no interest. That's all it is. Like I've watched 1 or 2 episodes, and again, if I don't have, I'm sorry, I am not sitting here paying for yet another subscription. So like, I watched 2 episodes of Doctor Who 2005 back when it was on Netflix, which was like at least 5 to 6 to 7 years ago. It was before my mom died. It was before I met Karen. It was before I ended up in California for a couple of weeks in 2016. It was before all of that kind of thing. I think I watched Blink and something else.
Awesome episode. Very little actual doctor in Blink, but it was a good episode.
Hey, you know, if somebody out there, I don't know what service 2005 Doctor Who was on. I don't know if it's BBC America or BritBox or whatever. Somebody wants to give me their login, I'll give it a second chance, but I am not. If it's not on my radar, if it's not already in, like if it's not in Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, if it's not in subscription services I already have budgeted for, I'm not gonna sit here and try to hunt it down. I mean, I guess I could hunt it down illegally, but we don't recommend that here at the Geekcast Radio Network.
Oh, well, this is interesting. Do you have HBO Max yet?
I did the free trial, but I refused to pay $15 a month.
Oh, okay. Was it $15 a month? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's $14.99 a month for HBO Max.
Oh, all of it is now running on HBO Max.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll try using one of my many other email addresses to get another free trial and give it a shot.
Nice. Yeah. We've been watching a lot of HBO Max lately. It's been better than I thought it was going to be honest. I was like, this is too expensive. I don't think we need this. And Chrissy's like, we're gonna get it because all the kids are gonna want to watch I mean, there's new movies that keep coming out that are interesting.
Yeah.
And the Nevers is good. I think you'd like it. It's like steampunky, science fiction-y, heroic women.
That sounds awesome, but
it is pretty good.
It's funny, when HBO Max launched, and I know we're completely off topic here, folks, but when it launched, the sad thing is I only got the 7-day free trial so I could see the Fresh Prince reunion.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was I watched other things on it. I didn't once I watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion, I did in those 7, I finally saw it. I absolutely love it. I think it's a great film. I finally saw Ford versus Ferrari. Nice. I think I slept through Hobbs and Shaw. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah.
Wow. They've got all 12 seasons on here.
For Doctor Who 2005?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll have to make me a profile. Anyway, Just desserts. Absolutely love it. I'm giving it a 5 simply for Doofenshmirtz's sugar high and crash. Because the acting in that alone, for both him and Perry, where he's like, ha, sugar crash, and then like 2 seconds later, he crashes himself.
Yeah, I was going to give it a 4.
Okay, that works.
I liked it. There was a lot of good moments. And again, I second your opinion. I really think that it was mostly Doofenshmirtz. Doofenshmirtz really carried this when he kind of carried the ball here, because the Phineas and Ferb, the A story, if you will, just wasn't that great.
Like I said, I would rather listen to. Oh, you know what they should have done?
What?
So Candace is doing the audiobook narration for the Fireside Girls manual or whatever the Fireside Girl thing is supposed to be.
Yeah.
When she goes to lose her voice, they should have used the wild parsnips. That would have made the audiobook extra cool. Anyway.
I think she had to be like extra quiet. Yeah, she had to actually lose her voice so that in the end when she's like, her mouth couldn't hear.
Yeah. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here in episode 87, day 87 of the podcast organization without a cool acronym. Thank you for joining us. There are several ways to get in contact with us to leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. Send any email to feedback@geekcastradio.com. Just put in Pauka and whatever episode number you're listening to and shoot us an email about that episode. So this would be episode 87. Here are all the ways you can listen to us nowadays. Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and of course the home where our files exist, Spreaker. You can also use any other podcatching client you choose, but I prefer you use one of these. Personally, I use Spotify to listen to podcasts. Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. I will probably check this most likely around episode 90 of the podcast because I'm pretty sure we don't have any new iTunes reviews for Pauka. Follow us on Twitter. I am at TFG1Mike. You can also follow at Geekcast Radio for all the other network updates. What is your Twitter?
PecanCoreMichael.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GeekcastRadioNetwork. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Pauka and wish you'll join us next time when we will be giving you our thoughts on the next episode of Phineas and Ferb Season 4, which includes B-Day and B-Story. So, ladies and gentlemen, B-Day and B-Story are essentially the A and B stories of each other.
Oh.
So
one big episode.
It's two specific separate cartoons, but they tie in together. So we are probably just going to have one long discussion with maybe one little small break in the middle between the two, so I can put audio in or something. But essentially, it's almost like it's an hour-long episode, but different things happen in both. Like, I think B-Day is the Phineas and Ferb stuff, B-Story is the Isabella, and I forget what Doofenshmirtz is doing in this. I think Professor Poofenplotz shows up, but I am not sure because I'm not looking at it currently. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
Michael Wilson.
Thank you for listening. Until next time.
The bird should be right. Hey, who's ready for dessert? Doesn't that sound good?
Oh, see now? Brits like dessert.
Does this mean she wants us to leave?
Well, according to social convention, I guess.
Hello and welcome to 87... Fuck.
What?
I don't know.
I gave you an out.
Yeah.
Hey, that's private!
Say it again.
Aren't you a little young to be a podcaster?
No, I'm not. Aren't you a little old to be watching this cartoon show?
Yes, I am. It's good to see the nation's senior citizens taking an interest in cartooning.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.